They sold you a lie. From the moment you were a kid, they sold you this fantasy. Go to school, get the degree, get the stable job, and you've made it. You can finally relax. But let me tell you the ugly truth right now. That finish line, it doesn't exist. The moment you stop learning, the moment you decide I know enough, that is the exact moment you start becoming obsolete. I see it happening all around us. Smart, talented people getting left behind in the dust, not because they are incapable, but because they got comfortable. They think they're too senior to read a book or too busy to learn a new skill. Meanwhile, the person you underestimated last year, they're growing every single day. And while you're coasting, they are slowly catching up and then passing you. So, I have to ask you. Does learning ever stop? Like, is there a finish line out there? You hit a certain age, get a degree, maybe land a job, and you're like, all right, I'm done. I know everything now. I've been thinking about this a lot. And honestly, I think that's a dangerous way to live. Imagine you're holding a cup. If that cup is upside down, no matter how much water I pour, nothing stays in. That's arrogance. Some people are so full of themselves they think they don't need to learn anything new. Then there's the guy with the cup that's already full to the brim. He thinks he's made it. I'm successful. I'm making money. Why do I need a marketing course? That's complacency. His own success is stopping him from growing. And then there's the third guy. The cup is empty. He wants to learn, but he's too shy to ask. He'd rather get lost than ask for directions. So, does education stop? No, the world keeps spinning. And if you stand still, you're actually moving backward. The gap between you and the new guys, it just gets wider every year. But here's the question. Where do we actually learn? We're obsessed with the idea that learning equals sitting in a classroom or reading a textbook. And don't get me wrong, books are great, but life is a school. The streets are a school. That bad boss you had, that was a seminar. I broke it down recently. There are 3 main sources of knowledge. First, the hard stuff, books, courses, academic papers. Second, people, and not just specialists with certificates. I'm talking about the expert, the guy who's in the trenches, the one who knows the exceptions to the rules. And then there's the experienced guy. Just ask him, what hurt you? What helped you? And third, your own scars, your personal experience. And this brings me to something wild, a story that perfectly illustrates why we need to be careful about personal experience. There was this guy selling chickens, right? And he had this trick. He'd put a chick on a hot plate, like a scorching hot surface. The chick would start hopping from one leg to the other because it was burning. To the crowd, it looked like the chicken was dancing. People went crazy. They bought the dancing chickens instantly. One guy took one home, gathered his family, put on some music, and nothing. The chicken just stood there, looking at him like he was crazy. The guy was furious. He went back to the cellar, only to find a line of angry people returning chickens that suddenly forgot how to dance. What happened? The secret wasn't the chicken. It was the hot plate. We do this all the time. We see someone successful, a YouTuber, a businessman, a friend, and we try to copy their moves exactly. We take their rules, but we miss the hidden factors, the hot plate. We miss their luck, their unique circumstances, or the sacrifices they didn't talk about. You can't just copy-paste someone else's life and expect the same results. This leads me to something that drives me crazy about the corporate world. Companies treat training like it's a magic wand. Like, if the sales team is failing, just send them to a 2-day workshop and poof, problem solved. Spoiler alert, it's not a magic wand. Studies show that only about 4% of people actually apply everything they learn in a course. Why? Because training doesn't fix a bad environment. If you don't have the tools, if your boss is toxic, or if the system is broken, no amount of positive thinking training is going to fix that. I've seen managers who send their teams to training just to tick a box. Look, I spent the budget, but if the manager doesn't support the team when they get back, if they don't say, hey, show me what you learned, then that money was thrown in the trash. And let's talk about this whole online vs. in-person debate. Is online training a waste of time? Look, If you're sitting in the back row of a hall with 400 people watching a screen, are you really there? Sometimes watching a video online where I can pause, take notes, and actually digest the info is way better than falling asleep in a conference room. But here's the catch. Online is great for the basics. What do I learn? Why do I learn it? How do I do it? But if you want to reach the next level, the mastery level, you need interaction. You need to ask, what if this doesn't work? What if I mess up? You need a human to answer the weird, specific questions that a pre-recorded video can't predict. But you know what? There's a bigger problem. We're obsessed with technical skills, coding, engineering, accounting. And look, those are important. They get your foot in the door. But you know what keeps you in the room? Soft skills. There was a study done way back in the 40s, but it still holds up. They tracked these as students, the smartest kids in class. And then they tracked the C students, the ones who weren't great at school but were amazing with people. 20 years later, who do you think was running the show? The C students. They were the bosses. The A students were working for them. Because being a genius at a spreadsheet doesn't matter if you can't talk to people, if you can't negotiate, if you can't empathize, if you can't build relationships. You're stuck. 90% of people get fired not because they can't do the job, but because they can't deal with the humans. So, if you're watching this and you're young, maybe just out of college, or you're feeling stuck, listen to me. Don't be unemployed. Be a job seeker. There is a difference. The unemployed guy is sitting on the couch, waiting for the world to knock on his door. The job seeker is out there. He's volunteering. He's working for free just to learn. He's reading. Don't compare your day 1 to someone else's day 10,000. You see their success. You didn't see their late nights. You see the fruit. You didn't see the years of watering that tree. The world is full of opportunities right now, especially for the young guns. But you have to be humble enough to learn and hungry enough to hustle. At the end of the day, learning isn't a destination. It's a lifestyle. It's like brushing your teeth or hitting the gym. You don't stop just because you did it once. So, ask yourself today, is your cup upside down? Is it full? Or are you ready to pour some more in? Don't be the guy with the dancing chicken. Be the one who understands the heat. So, I got a question for you, and I want you to be dead honest. Drop a comment below with one thing. What is a soft skill you know you are ignoring, but you know it's holding you back? Is it public speaking? Is it admitting you're wrong? Is it networking? Type it out in the comments. Let's talk about it. And if you're tired of being the guy with the empty cup, hit that subscribe button. I'm bringing more of this real talk every week. Don't just watch this, go do something. Peace.